Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Overheard podcast. My name is Dan Rudel. As always, with us, I got my co-host.
We got Matty Rage. Let's go.
What up, Matty Rage? This week we got a very, very special guest. You might recognize him from a few bands around town all the time, everywhere. You might notice him from Suspended Glaciers. You might notice him from the Bow Valley Bandits. We got Chase with us today. Chase, what's going on, baby?
Let's go, homie.
What's up? Welcome to my living room. Yeah.
Yeah, so Chase probably one of the easiest guests we've ever got to get on. He lives here at the Overheard studio.
Yes, I do indeed. Yeah.
So yeah, pretty sweet. Thanks for joining us today. Traveled far and wide to get here.
Yeah. That 14 steps really did a toll. Should have cabbed it, really.
Well, thank you for your time. Anyways, got to address a little issue with a little promo this week. Accidentally got the dates mixed up for those that saw our little post about the Parks Canada episode. Unfortunately, not this week.
Sorry to disappoint everybody.
No, of course not. It's not disappointing by any means. It'll be next month. So keep your ears posted. We'll have that out as soon as that info drops. You will know. In the chat, Just Beeps going looking very clean shaven today, Matt. We should also point out Chase rocking the new look. For those that know him for years, he used to have a beard down to here. Like all the promotion, the promotional pictures that we use. He had super long hair, super long beard. He's rocking like a nice Kurt Cobain style look right now. I was sick of
zipping it up in every zipper, vest, or jacket.
Get the beard stuck in the pant zipper often?
Oh, pretty close.
I've seen him get it stuck in the seatbelt, like every zipper, hoodies, food, like everything, guitar straps.
Pretty worth it.
Yeah.
I used to rock a bit of a bigger beard myself, and eating sandwiches is just the worst.
Eating anything.
Just getting that beard right up in there.
Hope you got like a whole budget for the month on just paper towels, because you need to like wipe between every bite.
We are using them up, that's for sure. It is Tuesday, April 20th today. April 20th? April 30th.
April 30th.
I'm living in the past, man.
You got all the dates
still 420 for you, is it?
Yeah. Still 420 in this head.
Dan's keeping it rolling. He's just like, fuck it, it's 420 all week, dude. I don't give a shit.
Going month wide this one.
How's the week for you guys? What have you guys been up to? You've been working on some music stuff, I hear, this week?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes. There's always stuff being worked on with 3 things. Been active with the 2 bands lately. Got a couple shows coming up that we're working for. We're all the time, shows? Everywhere, anyway.
Where's the shows?
May 15th, playing with Weedus.
Nice.
The Teenage Dirtbag guys, because nobody knows. Yeah, that always like, oh, those guys. It's
they had a pretty sick album. The album The Teenage Dirtbag was on was pretty sick.
Yeah, that song gave them like a hustle for the last like 20 years.
Well, that's sick though.
Yeah.
Speaking of
at High River Brewery in High River. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
The little tap room. So yeah, there's gonna be that should be cool.
Two punk bands in there.
Well, funny. Same thing with Weedus. I guess I went to this show, the D12 show last week.
How'd it go?
It was a pretty fun time.
Yeah.
Big shout out. Like, even on the stage at one point, Obi Trice is like, he was like loaded, by the way. Like, it was a bit wild. But he's just like, he's going off like, we put the Cheers album out 20 years ago.
Nice.
And it's like, cool. Yeah, they're still touring. It was great. The crowd was awesome. It was a super fun time. Big shout out Robbie G. Big shout out to Melissa's for putting that show on.
No doubt.
Some big shows coming out of Melissa's lately too. If you're in town, go check them out for sure.
I just saw Big Sugar there the other night.
You went to Big Sugar? How
briefly, I went for a quick hour. It was good. They played like one of their albums in full, and then played all the hits. So they played for 4 hours.
Yeah,
had no opener.
That's what Bunny.
I showed up an hour in, stayed for an hour, and they played a bunch of B-sides and like low key tunes that they never play, so that was super cool.
That sounds awesome. Super great venue if you want to see some live music.
No doubt, dude.
Marty Johnson rocks.
They're killing it lately. Like, man, Melissa's had some badass shows. Like in the past, well, I guess since they took over that space, they're making pretty good use of it. Yeah.
Oh, big time. Big shout out to them.
They've always done good there, so it's good they're keeping it going.
Absolutely. But a little bit back onto you, Chase. Let's start with the basics, man. Where are you from?
Coburg, Ontario.
Coburg,
Yeah.
Ontario. Where's
Yeah.
Coburg, Ontario?
So, it's basically an hour and 20 minutes east of Toronto on the 401
Okay.
highway.
Right on.
Right on or there.
GTA area.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. It's a spot. It's home, you know.
You don't get to choose where you're from,
No.
you know what I mean?
No.
So
No.
Somewhere good to be from or somewhere good to be?
Yeah.
Is the better question.
I moved out here in 2016. I drove my crappy car with all my stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. I stayed. Then I moved home for 10 months. And then I drove back with a new car. And somebody crashed into it. And I got a rental in Thunder Bay and drove the rest of the way still.
Yo, Thunder Bay's
And
got
I'm
some
locked
weird.
in now. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I've been here since like 2018, I guess.
Okay.
Nonstop now.
Being back since 20.
Yeah.
Originally 2016, back 2018,
Yep.
and here for the long haul.
Yes.
Right on. Why did you choose Banff? What made you come here specifically?
I
Jeff?
have some family here, and I've been kind of coming out thing since like 2009 or so. So
Okay, nice. You have
It's,
family here in Banff?
yeah.
Yep.
So
Sweet.
yeah, that always helps for sure. Yeah, and I like it here. There's mountains, awesome stuff that there isn't in Coburg. So
For
yeah.
sure.
No doubt.
No offense, Coburg.
Hey man, Southern Ontario is like, it is what it is. There's only so much shit to do down there. It's like you can snowmobile in the winter. You can fucking
Yeah, but the seasons have been so shitty the last
no doubt.
10 years. There's not even enough snow to
Yeah.
for it to be worth it having sled, to be honest.
I don't know. I beg to differ. I was out there today, very reminiscent of winter up in the mountains.
Not here though, but like back home in
Oh,
Ontario.
yeah,
yeah,
Ontario.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Your
this,
seasons are getting so shitty out there, like you can't even.
Oh, I want a sled here. I'm just not
Oh.
towing it with a hitch on my Golf.
It's an expensive day to go take a sled out in the mountains for
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even in Ontario, yeah, my cousin's a big sled guy, and past few seasons back there have been very short for
big
them.
sled guy.
Big sled head.
Sled head. Is that what they're called?
I believe that's what they
That's
would
what
be
they
called.
prefer.
Yeah,
That is their preferred term. Is
The
sled head.
the preferred
Oh,
nomenclature is a sled head.
Tobogganer.
Tobogganer.
Yeah.
Anyways, out here though, wow, we are getting some resurgence of winter here.
Yeah, that was wild. I woke up this morning.
I was
at
stoked.
like, I would have been like after Chase left for work. It was like 6:00 or something, 6:30. I was like, holy shit, man! When did it snow this much?
Yeah, I was super thrilled to go outside working that for 8 hours today.
No
It
doubt.
was my favorite, actually. Yeah.
I was up nice and early.
I was like, oh, yeah,
shredding.
that's why I moved here. Awesome. My favorite.
Shoveling snow all day.
It's kind of a gift and a curse. My tea time on May the 3rd got pushed back and officially canceled. So that kind of
Oh,
sucks.
no.
But
Where were you golfing?
Here at the Banff Springs.
Yeah, it's open.
They're not
enough,
even
dude.
close.
They were meant
They
to be.
were, yeah.
They were meant to be.
I've been down there 3 days a week for work, and yeah, it doesn't look close. But hey, it could be. That would be awesome. I'm like, it was all not green when I was there recently. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
mean,
it's
today it's
not very
probably
good
all-
looking. Well, now it's covered. It was covered in snow this morning. I was down
Oh,
there this
definitely.
morning. It was completely covered in snow.
It would have went from green to white pretty quickly
Yeah,
today
no,
for
it,
sure.
Yeah, it was like not even. It was trying to go green, and I'm like, okay.
So whatever, I guess
I
I'll
think
wait.
they were lying to you.
I think they were just like wishful thinking. I think they
Yeah.
always have the May,
Yeah.
the first week of May is like the opening for the tunnel.
Yeah.
Anyways, we went shredded pow instead. It was an awesome day. Me and my boy Jimmy were up there. First chair
Nice.
to like 1. Ripping it up was great. Knee deep pow.
Nice.
10 yesterday, 11 today.
Damn.
We just shut the blinds, but before we did, it was pounding snow again in the town of Banff. Sorry for all those that do
Awesome.
it as a job.
Yeah, it looked pretty gnarly out there for anybody that had to work outside. Like, or if you had to drive from here to Canmore, you'd probably be shitting your pants on the way there.
Big shout out to Bow Valley Road Conditions Facebook page. They keep us, if you are traveling in the Bow
Oh, yeah,
Valley,
yeah.
very good page to follow to keep you updated on what's going on. They apparently, I guess, from Springbank all the way to Canmore was pretty bad. And they were posting pictures of like foot deep snow So if you're out there traveling today, watch out. Hope you didn't get those
Oh god.
winter tires taken off too quick.
Well, it's
I live with winter tires on my car all year.
All year, just
Just
Oh
in
yeah,
case. Them.
yeah. I get like a $200 set of winters and drive them for like 2 years. Throw them in the garbage. Get another set
well, that's what my
because it's winter here for 10 months a year. Pretty so.
for sure.
Yeah.
My tire guy was like, he's like, get all seasons
It's like, what are summer tires?
and then get winter tires. Yeah. So always have at least an all season on there. But enough about that. What keeps you here in the town of Banff? Why do you stay? Is it because your family's here? Is it because you got a sweet job? What
Yeah,
keeps
it's
you
a
here?
bit of both.
Yeah, right on.
Yeah, it's kind of rough the first like year or two here. And yeah,
It always
you know,
is.
Yeah.
kind of get your foot in the door.
Yeah, that first couple of years sucks.
Been on the grind, so more comfortable
For
Yeah.
sure.
with how the economy and the government is. I can't really afford to go and do anything else in any way if I wanted to.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm pretty comfortable and lucky with my situation.
For sure. I
Yeah.
think we are very lucky to call this place home. Those that really want to make it work, we do end up making it work. It's a beautiful place to stay. It's a beautiful place to wake
Oh,
up in the
man.
morning for sure.
You can get Banffed easy though. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Yeah, I did it the first time. That's when I said I went home for 10 months.
Oh,
and I was
yeah?
like, actually, you know
Yeah.
what? This sucks too. I'm like, I'm going to go try that again. And it worked.
For sure. I think it just sucks in a
Thanks.
different location. It sucks with a
Well,
like the same problems exist. You just have a different backdrop.
well, a
You know
lot
what
of
I
people
mean?
out here too, they move out here and they don't have anybody, like they don't know anybody. Like when I
True.
moved out here, I had 2 buddies in Lake Louise and that was the only people I knew. So it's kind of cut your own path and yeah, make it work or I don't know, get drunk and then have to go home in 6 months. I don't know. Like I've seen it.
For sure.
Come
for
here,
sure.
like I don't party. Then you're out party. I only party 2 days a week, and then you're partying like 5 days a week, and you're like 20 years old. You're like, Mom, I'm coming home, man.
I see it all the time on like the home finder pages, and it's always like,
Oh yeah,
just moving to Banff, 20 years old, quiet, clean, respectful, don't party. It's like, yeah, maybe you
Yeah.
don't party
now.
now.
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait till you get here.
yeah. Oh god.
And rip it up with all of us crazy Banff
Yeah.
people.
Look back on your Facebook memories when you're in AA in 2 years from now.
Well, dude, it
You're
was
not
actually fun.
careful.
Like, I haven't been out in a long time, so being out at that show the other night was super fun. Running into all the old homies, everybody had
Oh, yeah.
super nice things to say about the pod. So, big shout out to everyone I ran into that night. Big thank you to all the kind words and all the support from the community. It's been awesome.
I know the boys said they saw you out there. They're like, yeah, we saw Dan partying it up out there. I was like, oh yeah, was he crushing the non-alcoholics? They're like, oh yeah, we saw him. We just hanging
They
out.
kept
like,
my soda water full all night. It was
Nice.
great.
There
It was
you go.
great. So I was very hydrated when I left. Thank you to the
Nice
shout
one.
out to the staff at Mel's. So,
well, they're just hooking it up out there. Just like, give the kids some soda water, man.
well, you know, you gotta support the community, even though you're drinking soda water. So you like to, get a couple non-alcoholic beverages, throw them a
We
couple
having
tips in the
Perrier's?
jar. Nah, just the regular soda
Just
water.
like from the gun.
Yeah, they weren't
Little-
doing glass for the
gun
show. It was a
water.
hip hop show, man.
little
They're not
wine.
doing glass.
They don't do fucking glass at any of those
Yeah.
shows.
No glass.
Like I remember that back in Ontario. Like still though, you can go to like the pub here and get glass like right until the end of the night. It's crazy.
Yeah, here it's
Yeah.
not so bad, but I mean, like,
I guess yeah, college town's a little different. Like,
yeah,
you go to Carrie's and they're like, they'd come over and be like, "Hey guys, here's some plastic pitchers. Can you just like dump your beer in there? And we can have like
Lame.
we can have our glass ones back." And they're like, "Yeah, I guess people are gonna start getting pretty pissy and hucking drinks here in a minute." So
Where was this?
it was Carrie's right across from Fanshawe. It was like this.
What, in the 70s? When did they have glass pitchers last? People be smashing.
Oh, they had-
It'd be like
oh, yeah, dude.
Roadhouse.
I
Well,
think
'cause
it's
it was
just
like it was kind of like a bar pool hall. So they had like
Smurf.
the big ass like what were they? Big Rock had them like the glass pitchers. If you
Yeah,
ordered
I
like
know
certain
what-
beers, Rickard's Red had them as
yes,
well.
I remember that for sure.
The Rickard's
Glass
Red ones, and
pitchers
they
is
had like
gnarly.
the big Rickard's
But I
label
think
on
it's
it.
more like if there's a venue where there's a dance floor or some shit and people are out like dropping shit. Like if you drop a glass on the dance, let's say you got to stop and clean it up. Whereas if you got
Yeah, yeah.
plastic, you drop it, whatever, they got to buy another drink. It's like kind of a smart move.
Well, they
you
just
know?
don't want them hucking
Yeah,
beers at each other. Yeah,
smashing,
smashing beer bottles
smashing
on people's
people
heads.
with
Yeah.
them.
We'll
Like
get to
bar
that later if
fighting,
anyone
yeah.
ever threw anything at you up on stage there.
You ever had that?
Not yet.
I had someone huck a chair.
Not anything good nor bad.
What was it? It was a bar stool.
What?
Was it a bar? Yeah.
Somebody threw a bar stool?
Yeah, like
Where?
What?
This was at Salt Lounge.
The Atria.
No, this was at the Salt Lounge back in London.
People would know. If you
they've
know,
been
you know.
closed for years now, but we used to play there all the time, and it was like we were in like a post-hardcore band. So I don't know who we were playing with. I think it might have been that Cancer Bat show the first time I played with them, like 15, 20 years ago.
That sounds gnarly.
But we were playing, and like during one of the breakdowns, I like look up and I see this fucking bar stool come flying like from the back of the pit, like right towards the stage, and they had like a little like half like knee wall like at the front of the stage, like a little kind of riser just so people couldn't fuck with the cables and shit. Dude, the fucking stool comes, hits this fucking thing, bounces off, hit this kid in the face. It was nuts. I'm like headbanging, and I look up. I'm like, holy! I like go to duck, and this thing just like
hopefully got hit with the soft stool end. Not the legs.
Oh yeah, somebody fired it right from the back of the pit. Like
what in the 3 a.m. at Denny's is this? We got stools flying. That sounds like an early show.
Oh man.
So where are you working currently, Chase? You said you've been grinding, moving your way up the Banff ladder, so to speak.
Oh yeah, I work for the town, so I drive garbage truck.
Nice, town of Banff. Right on.
Servicing garbage bins and keeping the town
sanitary.
clean.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Let's go.
Big shout out to the town, all the sanitary workers out there doing their best, working hard, rain or shine or snow, apparently this morning.
Indeed, yeah.
It
did a good job. It did a good job today of melting itself.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly, which is always nice.
This time of year is amazing. It's snowing. It's beautiful. The roads are all just wet, so you can still take your bicycle
I had
out.
a memory pop up on Facebook 7 years ago. Showed 50 centimeters of snow at the end. I was like, damn.
We had that
I remember that day. I almost went home again. I was like, oh yeah. Why do I live here again? This is insane. I need a ride to work now.
Last year, the transition was very, very smooth. I feel like by the 1st of May last year, it was pretty chill. I think I was golfing the first, like May 3rd last year. We were definitely golfing.
You're golfing right off the bat.
For sure.
Nice.
Last year was a very, very smooth transition. This year, not so much. Looks like a little bit of winter still left. So you work for the town of Banff. That sounds pretty awesome, man. Big shout out to the town of Banff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent gig, man. Like, how old are you now, Chase? You're not even that old, are you?
Turned 29.
Yeah. That's a good gig to have, man. He's like
definitely
before 30, got your shit together.
That's pretty awesome.
Not bad. That's better than I'm doing currently, anyway. So
yeah, I started here working at a hotel, making like $14.30 an hour. I think
that's what you were making when you first moved here.
Yeah, 2016, 14.
Oh yeah, I guess that was
Makes
a while ago.
Yeah.
And then
what did you do at the hotel?
I did groundskeeping, and then I
sweet.
did maintenance.
I did housekeeping for a little bit at the hotel. I got
it was fun times there. The staff, the com parties and whatnot in the summer. Yeah, pretty fun time. Not good money at all. Barely money at all, actually, but good times. So
staff com's always fun though when you first move here.
It was lots of fun. Right, it was like $7 a day, I think, to live in the one I lived in. Hello.
There you go.
Checking. Yes. All right.
Don't be scared to get right up in
there. Just asking if it was quiet on our end or her end, but we look fine. I don't know. You guys let us know in the chat if we're quiet today. Maybe it's just because we're extra toasty, but
I don't know. Maybe we're just having a good time. Anyways, enough about all that Banff stuff. We're here mostly to talk about your music. So for those that don't know, Chase, being a musician, local musician, member of a few different projects here in town. When did you start playing music?
I started playing guitar when I was like 11, I think. 11 or 12.
So
yeah. So I've been playing for a hot minute. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. I guess I would have started around the same age.
Yeah.
It would have been like grade 3 or 4 or 5 maybe.
I think I was in grade.
Would have been grade.
It was
5.
Grade 6 for me. I started playing guitar. I remember that Epiphone, the white one I have. I got that in grade 6.
That was your first guitar?
Because I took lessons for 6 months, and it was private lessons from this dude. Who taught me well, and he was like, "This kid needs a real guitar."
Sick.
After 6 months, he's like, "Buy him a real guitar." And then that was it. And then he stopped doing lessons, and I kind of just took it from there.
Nice.
Yeah, and I didn't play with anybody really or any bands until high school, like the end of high school, like grade like 12, I think even.
Oh,
it was like the very end of high school with my one band, and we started doing shows and stuff.
Did you jump straight into guitar? Or were you playing other instruments before?
I wanted to play drums.
Oh, that was your first choice originally?
Yeah.
Yeah. He is pretty good at drums. I've heard him play drums.
Yeah.
He can wheel pretty good.
Nice.
He gets on the kid at the gym.
I was like, my godfather Dave back home, he's close with me. He was in a band playing drums for years that we'd go and watch in the summer and stuff all the time. And like that kind of got me started. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good vibes. Like I want to do that, and yeah, that kind of got me going on that.
Nice. So multi-talented musician because you play what? Bass? You
play bass and Suspended Glaciers and guitar and all the time everywhere. And
there you
acoustic and the Bandits when we're active and doing things. Which we kind of pop up periodically now and again. You never know.
Yeah, you guys have like the most random show schedule. Jake will just be like, "You want to play a show?" And he's like, "Sure."
Yeah.
So the projects that you're in again, that's all the time everywhere. What style of music would you say that is? I was checking it out today.
It's technically like skate punk if you want to get really technical. I would just say
Pablo Chilango says, "Let's play some reggae again, Chase."
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that would be sweet. Let's get her done, buddy. yeah. For sure.
Big shout out to Pablo Chilango in the chat.
Giving her on the congos. Yeah,
let's go,
he's good,
Pablo.
man.
Good to see you, buddy.
So all the time everywhere, skate punk. I was checking it out today.
Yeah.
There's some bangers on that album. I was listening to the album from 2020, The Long Con, I believe it's called.
Yeah, there's some bangers.
That's a great little project for sure. I've seen you guys live a couple of times too, just over the years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Playing shows around town and stuff.
Yep.
A great little show to go see. You said the other project that you're with is Suspended Glaciers.
Yeah. That's me and Maddie's band. So it's like, what are we like hardcore?
That one was a little bit heavier.
We're kind of like it's metal.
It's metal, but I don't know what kind. It's just something
melodic, like metalcore maybe or something. I don't know. Yeah,
it was pretty awesome, honestly. If
it's
if
fun.
You're into the heavier stuff,
We've
for sure,
been
it's definitely
kind of on a little hiatus, but we're currently picking back up.
Well, that's why you guys have been so busy these
and
days.
We got some things coming up here that you'll just hear about and see about, I'm sure, on Facebook here soon.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say anything right now, but
we're not going to dive too much into it.
But yeah, there's been some changes and some things going on, and yeah, we're gonna bang out this Weta show and see how that goes, and things are gonna take off hopefully from there.
Nice.
So the other show I was talking about too, we're announcing very soon, like any day now. So that's a band. That's going to be a Banff show.
That's going to be a big one.
That's all I'm going to say about that. So keep your eyes peeled for that because that's going to be a good one. That'll be in June. Yeah.
Make sure you go give all their socials a follow. That's all the time, everywhere. That's Suspended Glaciers. Bow Valley Bandits, you said, was a little bit more of a sporadic project.
Yeah.
2022 Battle of the Bands winner.
Yeah, so we kind of shared that win with Tyler Wood. Tyler Wood Band, shout out.
What's the story behind that? Sharing the win.
So it was like, we basically played, and there was like 5 people, and basically we all just killed it. And
nice.
Yeah, we both got the prize money. And so we just shared in the win. It was kind of a shared win, I would say.
Nice.
So,
well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was good. It was fun. We played the year before that and came runner up second, and then did it again, and it was like a tied win. So it was cool.
Nice, right on.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Some nice cash and good shows.
And that's all down to Tommy's, right? The Battle of the Band. Big shout out to Tommy's for putting that on. That's a super cool
shout out to Tommy,
That's awesome, dude. It's always packed there too. I remember going to see you guys, and oh man, I forgot about this story. There's this chick. These guys were playing, and there's this chick standing like with her head literally almost like touching the fucking main speakers. She's standing there
Oh yeah.
And she looks over and she's like, "It's fucking loud in here." I'm like, "Well, you're standing right beside the speaker. You don't have to stand there." And her boyfriend chimes up. He's like, "Yo, mate, don't talk to her like that, bruv." I'm like, "Okay, bud, you guys are both real smart. Cool, man. Like, have a great night." And they just like buddy tried chirping me. I'm like,
I'm surprised you can even hear it all.
Yeah, like
seriously.
Oh, they're like screech. She's like, "It's so loud in here. It sucks."
It would be.
I'm like, wouldn't be probably that loud if your head wasn't beside, I don't know, a 15-inch speaker blaring full tilt, like enough to fill a whole bar. Like, hello.
Yeah, or if you backed up a little bit.
Yeah, you back up from the speaker, back off of the grill there. Honey. Like, it was crazy, dude. It was like someone trying to mic a guitar cabinet and just like pushing it into the grill farther. And she's like, got her head in it. She's like, "I can get closer."
Oh my god!
Like, I can only explain this to you. I can't understand it for you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. It was bad, but that was funny. I remember that show, but it was packed. It was
Wild.
like good vibe in there too.
Again, the local music scene in Banff has gone leaps and bounds. I think that's
No
a
doubt.
big thanks through a few different people in town. You got Casey, you got you guys doing some stuff.
Figgy does shows. Figgy puts on
so,
shows
yeah,
as well.
tons of promoters.
Pitworthy Promotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, big shout out to Figgy and Pitworthy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, it's very cool. I think like people love coming to play Banff because you get to come and hang out in Banff anyway. So
Well,
I think we're
sick-
going to see
yeah.
more and more bigger acts coming to play smaller venues as well. I think like just reaching smaller
Well,
markets.
even Mel's is like, what do they cap? Like almost 600.
No, it's 400.
Okay.
Still, the way they had
It's
it set
still a
up for the
lot
show
in there.
last week was like the green
You can
room
feel
upstairs.
the floor. You can feel the floor support bending when it's sold out.
It's sick.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
it's
let's
like
do
that
it for
at
sure.
it's like that at Rosencrown as well. Like it'll start like shaking in there. I remember when I was doing sound, you'd feel the floor shaking, and you're like, God, like, or we'd be playing a show there, and you're like, please don't fall through to the fucking candy shop.
I
Please
mean,
Oh, I
don't
saw
fall through.
Afro Man there a few years back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that was like, I thought the floor was going to cave into the kitchens and the block underneath. I was like, oh my God. this
Yeah,
is-
we do have to mention the
Crazy.
Rosencrown and the live music scene as well. They are still alive
Oh,
and
yeah.
well doing acts there too. Big shout
Yep.
out to Brent Lee. Ran into him the other day. Great to see him out and about still doing his thing. So
Oh
live
yeah,
music
Brett's still killing it, man. He plays. I think he plays Sunday, Mondays.
for sure.
'Cause I
He's
used to
playing
mix
all
him-
the time.
I used to mix him all the time, and then he's like he plays there so often. He has like his own setup. It's awesome. Infected Mushroom. That was a floor shaker.
I've seen Infected Mushroom multiple
That's
times in
crazy.
Ottawa. I used to go see Infected Mushroom in high school all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't
man.
there for that.
Um,
but that would,
They're
Oh.
pretty cool. I don't know. It's like a techno band, but they do live production. So they got like guitars and a drummer and stuff
Interesting.
live.
Oh,
It's
sick.
pretty cool to see as far as like a dance music type band. But
Nice.
back to you guys. How does the creative process work for the band? Like say Suspended Glaciers or whatever. Do you write your own parts? Do you guys
so Maddie
collaborate
does a
on that?
lot of the song structuring and writing, and then I'll come in like write the bass line over whatever guitar. And the
Okay.
drums we have kind of roughly tracked out, kind of thing. Then we'll piece it together, and then we'll let our drummer kind of throw his sauce on it and see what comes out of that. And
So
then
Matt comes up with the main structure, and then you guys build off of that.
essentially,
main idea.
yeah.
That's a very cool
Connor will
concept.
listen to it and write lyrics over it at the end. Andy'll like make his drum part.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I'll kind of write like the whole song. I'll program in like a rough ass drum beat just to have something there.
Yeah.
And then I send it out to the guys. I go, just learn it. Do whatever you want for drums. Do whatever you want for bass. Do whatever you want for vocals. Like I'll play the guitars the way they are. And then we kind of just go from there. So when we had our first jam ever, I think I gave the guys the tracks like maybe 2 months before that and was like, yeah, just learn them all. So we,
And we
First
actually we messed around with some new song thing we were doing or whatever, and we came up with it together. That
yeah,
slow
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
like that was different. That was like you had a riff, and then we just kind of sat down and we're like, we need something here.
Yeah.
And then just like, okay, what about this? And it's like, that's actually sick, you know? And
So
then it's
more
like,
trial
okay.
and error kind of
So
vibe in
yeah,
that sense.
which is cool. I like doing.
well, it's
'Cause
easy
it's
for us
more-
too, right? Because we have the setup here. So we can just
Yeah.
plug in a guitar or a bass and
just
start
hang out
and start
riffing.
tracking. Like we can literally do a song, and then like we did that whole song in I think an afternoon.
Awesome.
So we we just sat here. I kind of had a guitar riff, and then I ended up completely changing it into something else by the time we were done. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just sit down and shit starts going and you got a new song before you know it. But
because that kind of intrigues me, the whole creative process, especially behind creating music.
I'm drinking some motherfucking juice.
Yo, get some juice. Get some juice in you, brother.
yeah.
I was recently, I saw an interview with Rick Rubin, and he was talking about kind of his philosophy of creativity and how it's different for different genres, it's different for different artists. And I think the base of it is like finding something that you like personally and not trying to make something to please other people. I think is kind of like the biggest takeaway.
Like when I'm writing guitar riffs, I'm not like, oh, people are really gonna like this. I'm just like, if I write a riff and I'm like, that fucking slaps,
that rocks,
then I'm gonna use it
for sure.
I've got tons of riffs that just kind of sit around. You just leave them. You just
all mine are in my head.
They don't work like on anything. Or I've done it before. Like what was it, Banger? I wrote that riff like maybe 8 months before I even ended up going back and finishing that song.
So you kind of keep some in the locker, like this is awesome. It'll fit somewhere eventually.
Yeah, like I'll have a riff, and if I can't find anything, I'm not going to force myself to write something for it. Like if I can't come up with anything that day, whatever, at least I got a good riff somewhere I can use. And there's tons of stuff just lying around, little chopped up, like one riff just played maybe 4 or 5 times over. And
it's just a matter of kind of putting the puzzle pieces together in that sense, or putting projects together.
That's usually how it starts, is from like one random guitar riff, and then it's
build a song around it. That's super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about
we
all
have
the time
a lot
everywhere?
of stuff to finish up here, get going on this for the summer. So yeah, there's going to be some new listenings here in the next few months.
Right on.
No doubt.
It's been long awaited.
Yeah, we haven't put any music out in a while, so it's
well, it's funny. I ran into someone at the comedy show a couple weeks ago, and they're like, "Yo, like next time you see Matt, like give him a shout out. We haven't really been seeing him in the music scene these days." I'm like, "What are you?"
Yeah, we're gonna get her
about?"
going
Like,
here. We've been on a bit of a break here, but it's gonna pick back up here soon.
Well, it sounds like a bit of a creative break. So,
well, we always take a break around Christmas, anyways, for a month, like just to get.
Our last
that shit out of
show
the
was
way.
September, so
Yeah.
we've been kind of idle since then, essentially.
Yeah, we tracked a few songs and vocals, and that was about it. We got to get some drums tracked here the next few weeks, and then
then we're good to get these songs polished up and put some new stuff out for everyone here.
right on. So keep your ears and eyes out for Suspended Glaciers. New material, new tracks coming out your way. I was checking your stuff out today. It's pretty awesome, man. It's
Thanks,
heavy.
buddy.
I was rocking out, man. I was after slaying some pow, I came home. I was kind of listening to some heavy music while I was ripping some pow today, and jumped into your guys' stuff, and it was like the perfect
you're gonna like the new
continuation.
stuff.
Yeah, it was awesome. So check them out.
new old stuff and new stuff. Yeah.
Does your creative process change between All the Time Everywhere and Suspended Glaciers?
Yeah, kind of. Well, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
pretty much the same thing.
Yeah,
just different crew of guys. Basically.
Yeah, I do the same thing with Aaron. Shout out Aaron.
Big shout out. Good shit. Yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
We'll have to get Aaron on here at some point and get his whole story, because he writes some absolute bangers, man. Those songs are good.
It's a good
Well,
song.
honestly, I'll tell you this first. It's a little bit exclusive here. This is kind of what I've been thinking. We're gonna have a couple episodes coming up with multiple guests. So once we can get a few different mics going, it'd be cool to have whole bands in at the same time.
Yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean?
It'd be sweet to have all the boys in.
New stuff coming from us too down the pipe. So tons of great guests lined up. Tons of stuff coming out.
Yeah, buddy. We got a hell of a lineup coming up.
Nice one.
Yeah.
So High River is the next place, next show. Is there any local shows coming up either than
There's
that?
one that is not announced yet.
Okay, not announced
And
yet.
it's
all right.
gonna be soon.
I was trying to squeeze that date out of you, but keep yourselves posted.
June. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay, June, right on.
Yeah.
So the summer quickly approaching. We will see some more live shows coming.
There's tons of live shows coming, dude. There's a big DJ show going on. When the hell was it? I saw something posted on Overheard. I should have grabbed it for the podcast, but whatever. I did a lot of them today, so we didn't make it that far. But no, yeah, I think it was at Mel's. There's a couple bigger DJs coming up.
Oh yes, I do believe I have it sent to me from one of our future guests coming up.
Oh.
Yes, Bus X, and I can't remember the other name right now, but we got some more local DJs coming down the pipe for you guys. So stay with us for sure.
Oh, we're getting right into the music scene here because, I mean, what do we have? 5 comedians in a row there?
5 comedians
So
in
we
a row.
could even it out with like a couple music episodes
Yeah,
here,
for
just to
sure.
round it out,
100%. There's tons of great music acts in the
Oh, hell
town
yeah.
of Banff and, Canmore, Bow Valley, Lake Louise. So yeah, we'll be reaching out. Come and chat with us. We can talk about your music projects. Some pretty wacky guitars going on back here.
Oh, yeah.
Are these your show axes or what there, boys? Do you call them axes?
Essentially.
Yeah, it's pretty much what we're playing right now. Well, half of the
It's a
guitars.
guitar, man.
Yeah.
Guitar, man.
Come on. No. Gotta be
that's
theoretical here,
Chase's
okay?
new one, the blue one here. This thing's wild. It's like an Australian company,
Yeah.
but he just picked that bad boy up not that long ago.
Very sweet stuff.
Cool and shiny.
Oh yeah.
Where's the camera?
Oh.
It's out.
Yeah, it's sick. The old multi-scale, but I guess half of the stuff's at the jam space right now. As a guitarist, you just always have multiples of every kind of guitar.
You would think so.
Well, because like if you're on stage, right? Say you break a string, you don't have time to change that, man. You just grab another guitar. Or if you need to play in another tuning, then you need
just
2
switch it
more
out.
guitars in that tuning. It's just like never ends, man. When I play a show, I think I bring like 4 or 5 guitars at least. Just you never know, man. With like playing in the music industry, it's like your shit could work perfect. You pack it up, you put it in the van to take it somewhere, and it's like nothing works.
I think it's like Murphy's Law. Anything bad that will happen, especially when you're doing kind of live stuff, as we've learned throughout our broadcast.
Oh, dude,
so far,
I've like rewired.
Those ones are Maddie's.
Oh yeah, those are mine over there. But I've rewired stuff live before, like not while playing, but like between bands. Like somebody pulled a whole bunch of cables out of this speaker. I'm like rewiring a speaker, and
didn't you used to do a bunch of tech stuff? I remember when you had the studio, I remember seeing posts of yours like, yo, or people even giving you shout outs like, yo, I took my guitar to Matt and he really whizzed it up for me.
I still do a little bit of it. I actually got one in there. I got one of Kev Dev's guitars in there. I got to order some parts for. But yeah, I do that stuff. I mean, it's a bonus of being in a band. Like sooner or later, you're going to have to end up doing a whole bunch of that.
Especially when you're smashing them. No.
Well, and I've done live sound as well. I did sound at Rosencrown there for a couple of years. So it's like this day and age, and if you're in a band and you don't know some sort of like production or tech stuff or something like that,
you're gonna have a long day.
Oh, you're gonna have a long day because you need it. Like our rig to go play with Suspended Glaciers is. Like we got a mixer, we got a whole rack of stuff. It's like
we set it up at the Canmore skate park last summer and played a show and did all the sound ourselves.
Oh yeah,
it was a lot of gear, man.
Oh yeah, like
it was crazy.
And then, like I said before, and that's why when you go to a venue and it's like, man, can we just get a couple bucks? Like we just brought $20,000 worth of gear. We got to rent a space. We just took the day off work to drive out here. We drove out here. We got to pay for gas, food. And then
gas isn't fucking cheap either right now. It's super goddamn whack is what it's gonna be.
And then like you'll play somewhere and they'll just like some random place and they'll be like, oh, here's a couple drink tickets. It's like, okay, well, beer is not paying for my gas.
Yeah, no.
Or for my gear or for my rental. Like,
just makes me want more beer, which is expensive.
Yeah.
What does 2 beers do for a guy?
So
for a man?
If you are out there seeing local bands, a little tip jar, they usually have one for the band, or they're collecting stuff at the merch tables after. Don't be shy to throw a couple bucks. I know I try to do that for the comedians.
It's fun. It is a lot of work.
Well, it's just a little extra thank you. You know what I mean? These guys put their heart and souls into these projects to honestly spend money on them to go out and show people what they've been working on. So big shout out to you guys for doing it. How do you guys go about starting a band? You see the posts all the time. Overheard, Banff, buy and sell. Hey man,
that's what
wherever.
I did.
Yeah,
that's
and then he messaged me like the same day.
That's how I found Chase.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so he joined up.
I should have done that 2 years before.
No doubt.
Instead of struggling.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's a good thing for the people to know.
If I can't find someone to jam with, I'm moving home. And then I made a post and I'm like, oh, cool. That was easy.
There you go. So the community is out there. If you're out there wanting to play into a band, it might just be as easy as putting a post up. Tons of great bands. Regal Fowl just released a new track the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Rips as well. Big
Nice
shout
one.
out to Regal Fowl.
Well, the way I started my band was because I was going to put it out just as solo stuff. And then I had Connor come in to do vocals on it because I already had a bunch of songs done. So I was like, come and do vocals and we'll start tracking stuff. We'll just start releasing it. And he's like, okay. And then he wanted to play shows and he's like, I know a really good drummer. So I had him try out. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess we need a bassist. So yeah, I went online. I was literally at the studio after band practice, went online, saw the post from Chase. I'm like, yo, you want to join a band? He's like, what kind of stuff? I'm like, metal. He's like, sweet, send me some. Yeah, it was great.
It's funny too. Jacob showed me the one song actually before that, and he's like, "You should join this band." I'm like, "Fuck, I would." I'm like, "That's like right down my alley." That shit.
And here we
And
are
then
today.
yeah. So it worked out. But yeah, we're gonna fucking third gear, fourth gear hammer down here this summer. So.
Sick.
Oh yeah, we got some work to do. We're gonna be busy.
Yeah, we're gonna get.
So again,
Get
a
her going.
common theme for another one of our guests. If you have a project, something artistic that you want to do, just go out there and do it, man. Like we wouldn't be here on episode 14 if we didn't start with episode 1. You know
Just
what I mean?
put an ad out there, like on Facebook, or ask some buddies, like go to a jam night. Like they have, do they still have, Jacob does jam night still at the
Pump and Tap.
Tap?
Yeah, I believe that's Tuesdays still. As
yeah, you
far
can
as
even
I
like
know.
even if you don't have a band, you can just go down there and jam with a bunch of people. They have a
Yeah.
whole like drum setup. They have like
Pretty sure Beaver Bar also has
Beaver
one.
Bar does one
I
too,
think
yeah.
maybe Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. I could be
Maybe.
wrong on that, but
yeah, the one at Pump. I know
it's
they have, like,
always
a
past
full
my
kit.
bedtime.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, no doubt. Chase gets up early. Dog.
Yeah, I'm up at 5 a.m. every day, so it's kind of hard to go out
Fair
ever
enough, for
because
sure.
9, it's like, all right, I'm like, I should be in bed by now. And then every minute after that, I'm like having anxiety because I got to work early as fuck.
You're just watching the
And
clock
I'm like,
count
yeah,
down.
I might as well
That's
just
the
go
worst.
home because I'm not even enjoying myself. I'm just stressing out
This
about
is
how
amazing.
late it's getting. And I'm,
I only have 8
Yeah.
hours of sleep. Now I only have 7 hours of sleep. Like,
Oh yeah, we headlined a
forget
show
about it.
at
I went to Big Sugar. I'm like, I can stay out till 11 and be fine. No,
No.
No.
I did not have the funnest day being tired in the morning.
Well, funny, I heard a rumor about the D12 show. Apparently, they were trying to move it up. Like, they were trying to get the openers to go on at 6 instead of 8. I don't know if this is true. This is probably just a rumor, but just because, like, those guys, like, they're getting old, you know what I mean? So
Oh
they
yeah.
prefer to do an early show than a later show.
Same.
Yeah,
But
well, I
that's
mean-
not how the world works,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
we headlined the show. That last show we played, we headlined, and Chase had to work the next day, and it was like what 12:30, 1 o'clock or something by the time we got out of there. So he probably got like 3-4 hours worth of sleep.
That sucked.
That's why
Try
I was,
2
like,
hours because I lay in bed for an hour and a half with my ears ringing because of playing.
Oh yeah, big time.
And you're jacked from, you know,
Yeah, you're jacked.
playing. You got the
Yeah.
adrenaline going.
Yeah, you just
know.
hear your heartbeat in the back of your head through your pillow
Oh,
because
sure.
you're still pumping. It's like,
it's
yeah,
crazy.
I'll sleep when I can sleep through the sound of my thumping heartbeat from adrenaline just playing. Take at least 2 hours to come down off that.
Do you still get nervous before you go on?
No, it's not a nervous thing for me, really.
Like, you seemed pretty chill before we started this episode.
The first show I played with All the Time Everywhere, I was nervous as fuck because we were playing with Belvedere and they're like one of
Yeah.
my favorite bands. So that was pretty cool getting to play with them with my first show with the band. But I was like focused and I learned the songs in 12 days to play that set. And
Damn.
that's all I was doing. And I'm like, for fuck's sake.
On
It
the
was like
crunch.
10 minutes before to play, right? And I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna go sit and chill and like get my pre-show zen. And like Aaron Fig come up to me and like, oh, are you okay, man? You look kind of pale. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, just yeah, I'll be fine. Just fuck off for 10 minutes because I have my pre-show like zen and you're fucking it up a little bit right now for me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'll
For
be
sure.
fine. I'll be fine. So like, but no, that was like I don't know if I'm gonna puke, piss, or pass out right now. I'm like,
or
fuck.
all of the above.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. And then you're like, all right, let's go. And I grabbed the guitar and it was good and went up and played one song. Probably terribly because I was like fucking shaking.
Yeah.
And then right away after that, I'm like dialed in. I'm like, all right, nerves gone. But that was
Nice.
it. That was like the only time that I've been like,
and then you're
like,
good.
and I never usually get that even before that, but that for some reason, just that show, I think I was just so
First show
like
with the
stressed
band,
out
yeah.
about it, and like,
yeah,
Maybe
that
just the situation behind it, the short practice, the new
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
did mention Belvedere. I actually got
Yeah.
to serve their drummer Chase the other
Oh,
day.
Casey.
Casey, sorry.
Shout
Yeah,
out Casey
Oh, yeah,
Lewis.
Casey's
Yeah,
good shit,
Echo
man.
Bay Studio.
Yeah,
he's
it was
awesome.
pretty
In Calgary.
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just walked into the restaurant, recognized them, and were just like, "Damn, man!"
Yeah.
It was super nice guy. Got
Nice.
to chatting with him. Yeah, it was a great time. Shout out to Belvedere.
Yeah, last time they played here, it was the one time we didn't play with them, and I was all drinking beers and fangirling pretty hard there. And he came down and gave me a pair of his drumsticks, and I was like, "Oh man,
nah,
like that was
there you
really
go.
nice." Like, you know, I
Yeah, the
appreciate
Belvedere
that.
guys are solid dudes.
So that
man.
was
They're all
super
good
cool.
guys. Like,
Yeah.
So a great scene of music down here in the Bow Valley. Believe it or not, I don't know. It's gotten bigger since I've gotten here. What do you guys think? I think it's only getting bigger. And
yeah,
bigger.
it's pretty
big
good.
time.
Yeah.
What's like the Canmore Metal Fest that's going on now?
yeah,
Like
Casey's doing that one again this year.
Funny, I
think.
played with all three bands in that last year,
Yeah.
and it was so hectic, but it was a
Oh,
good
what
time.
did I do? Oh, and I was. It
You did
wasn't
some of
last
the
year.
sound,
was
yeah.
it the year before?
No,
or
it was
what
last year,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I did. I was.
Yeah, it was good.
I was sound tech for
Some good crowd for that.
for the second half. So we headlined the second half, and then they had like an intermission for like maybe like half hour, 45 minutes. And I basically just like put the guitars down, helped the guys carry the shit off stage to the green room, and was like, "Okay, I got to go run the mixer, man." So I went out and just ran mixer for like the next like 6 hours for the next 6 bands.
Wild.
Yeah, so
That
it was
was
a
good.
hectic night. He played with all 3 of them. So
Yeah, I opened the show, and then I played like 4 bands later, and then 3 bands
Yeah.
after that.
That's
And it
crazy.
was
So like I
oh,
got done
man.
playing, got on the board and mixed his other band. So it was like it was sick, but it was a wild night.
And
sounds like a pretty
we've
hectic
been
night.
kind of unprepared this year for everything, and just it's not right time. It's with working on this music and taking a break and trying to get shit together. It's kind of just timing, but we're gonna pick back up here, make up for it with some other stuff. Hopefully, so.
Right on. So
Oh, yeah.
keep
Yeah.
your ears and eyes peeled for new stuff from the boys.
Big
I
Kev.
can't wait to go see you guys play next. Big Kev's on there. What up, homie? Big Kev.
What up?
Big shout out to Big Kev. Yeah. Should we move on to some overheard posts? What do you think,
You wanna
boys?
get into 'em?
I think
Let's
we
go.
should get into them. We got some pretty good ones coming for you this week.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
I saw some pretty wild shit. I'm pretty sure this week.
Oh yeah, dude.
We
Oh,
got a
this-
couple videos this week. It's actually going to be, pretty good. The first one, let's cut to it.
Speechless.
So this one,
Jesus
big
Christ,
shout
I
out
didn't
to
see
my
that.
boy Aaron. He sent me this. He's like, "Yo, you got to check this out." This one, for those that are listening in, is part of the series of stuff that should not be on buy and sell.
Like I will pay you $10 to throw that in a brown bin.
So $10 for a medium woman's / girls taekwondo. I think they meant to put taekwondo. Martial arts jock, or I think it would be known as a Jill in this case.
Is that what
Actually,
they're called?
I played hockey with some ladies growing up, and the female version of a jock, I believe, is called a Jill.
Hmm.
Correct me if I'm
Should
wrong.
have been called a Janice.
Yeah, Janice.
I don't know.
I like that. It's Janice.
Imagine.
Jock and
anyways,
Janice. Yeah.
There is a jock for sale for $10.
Yeah, that's
a Janice
filthy.
for sale. Sorry.
The first man to comment like "I want this" is like, "Yo, you're creep."
I didn't
Like
even-
I'm gonna
I
pay
didn't even look at the
$10 for
comments.
that
I
just
didn't
to
even look at the
dispose of it.
That's like wow.
Yeah.
Definitely part of the series. Should not be on buy and sell.
Like-
Oh my
Gross.
god, you've been finding these. They're like, and I don't
I
even
didn't
really
even
look
see
at
that.
it. But
This one was
Dan-
sent to me, so
Oh.
big shout out to Aaron, my
Sick.
boy
There we
Aaron
go.
Pactos. We'll probably have him as a guest eventually. I'd love to have him on and
Nice.
chat a little bit. He's had a pretty wild Banff experience.
Oh god,
What's
so big
next
shout
here?
out. If you find some funny stuff, feel free to send it our way. Easiest way to do that would be on the Instagram. You can find it down at the bottom right hand side of the screen. At Overheard Pod Banff on Instagram. Give us a shout. Send us some funny Banff stuff.
hells yeah. Well, speaking of funny, this one's just stupid. So let's go.
Oh, that's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
That's fine. I don't know why people give so much a shit about that. Let them fall if they're gonna fall. They're fine. Look at them. They're killing it. Absolutely killing it.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. There's
It's
like
fine. It's
yeah, so
totally fine.
There's a bunch of tourists just like down on Crazy Corner, just like
What's that expression the kids are using these days? fuck around and find out, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Just let them do that. Who
Just
cares?
let them do that.
Who cares?
So for
Honestly,
those that are
it's fine.
listening in on Spotify, that was a video down Surprise Corner from the opposite side. There's fencing there that says, do not climb down on the rocks. The river's been low because obviously it's still winter in the mountains. It hasn't really started flowing yet. But you got this couple walking, holding hands. They seem to be a little bit older in age, clearly having a hard time with their footing. Just right at the lip of the water. It's obey the sign.
They're getting their mountain goat on.
They're just walking that cliff. And look, there's another couple down there too. I didn't even see.
It's pretty wild stuff. So if you're here visiting the town of Banff,
Natural selection.
don't be a victim of natural selection, and please follow the signs. It's very dangerous behavior.
Well,
I'm one of those guys.
That one actually leads right into this one. Because I think they channeled a little bit of this.
Yes, definitely. So this one here reads a little Friday inspo for the group. The post reads, believe in yourself like tourists believe they
I would
can
literally
pet
pay
buffalo.
money to see somebody do that.
What, pet a buffalo?
Yep.
That video is online, my friend.
Yeah.
They are
There was
in Yellowstone.
that chick that got like punted. She got like hammered into the air.
Yeah, big time.
That thing just mangled her.
Well, yeah. What else was she hoping for? For it to gore to death with its horns?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, no,
We're probably hoping for some
One or the other.
followers or some clout of some sort. You know how people are these days. Not worth it.
That's
no
negative.
one cares.
That's negative clout.
Yeah, no
It's
one
like, wow,
cares.
you're impressively stupid.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely dumb,
Props.
dumb stuff.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
Moving on. This next one,
I love this.
we posted it. We posted in the comments. If you are out there, please give us a shout. We'd love to do a little interview with you. Cut to it, Matt, please.
Is this who I think it is?
So this homie here is
no.
walking around in like a space robe, some type of astronomical
Oh, God.
trip out robe. And
I
some
aspire to be at that level of just not giving a fuck.
Oh,
okay?
it's
You know?
great, dude.
Yeah,
It's
that's
great. Yeah, he's got like Crocs.
It's like
on
a
as
wizard
well.
fucking robe almost. The blue.
It was pretty
Sweet.
sick. If this is you, please reach out. We gotta know more.
Yeah, like
He's definitely like
it's like orange.
staying at the Fox Hotel or the Moose, and he's hot tubbing hard.
Like orange flip flops and that jacket.
Yeah,
And
that's a house.
headphones.
That's a
Just-
bathrobe.
It is, yeah, it looks like a bathrobe.
It
You
for
know
sure
what?
is a bathrobe, and he's definitely hot tubbing at one of those hotels.
He's
right there.
going to the Moose for sure.
For sure he is. He probably walked to get a fucking coffee from White
Look at
Bark or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
and he just like so nonchalantly just does not give a fuck. dude.
Shout out to this guy for being his own man.
I want-
and
The question is, what's he listening to? You know what I
Daft
mean?
Punk or Darude Sandstorm.
Grateful Dead.
Beethoven.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah.
That's
Well,
a deadhead for sure, dude.
he's a deadhead for sure. Oh, Christ. This video, I found this one. This was pretty wild. This was somebody skiing at Lake Louise. Check this out.
Oh, the bear. I saw this.
Yeah, buddy's just skiing.
You got to have it with the sound.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, it is. It's going to the stream. We just can't hear it. But
Fuck.
he's like, a fucking grizzly. It's like this French guy. You hear him? Oh, it's fucking awesome. He just kills it.
Fucking bear.
That is insane. So for
Like,
those
that's a good-
listening in, it is a full-on bear on the run at Lake Louise. Actually, I think I know which run that is. That looks like Wee Waxy to me.
Oh, really?
Definitely. Just coming out of the woods. Boom.
Yeah, he's like going right down the hill, and then he kind of like trots after him here a bit. You can see he's like, "Oh, hey, what's
Until he's
up?"
like, oh yeah, I can't run down. Something like that.
Yeah, that's wild though, dude.
Some wild stuff. So the bears are up and active. If you're out skiing at Lake
Yeah, and they
Louise.
probably went back to sleep this morning.
Oh yeah,
With the snow.
that snow. Hey, that was crazy.
I don't think they go back to sleep, man. They're out
No, they're
and
out.
active.
I
There's
don't,
been
they
tons
don't
of
go back to
footage.
sleep. But oh, I know that snow this morning was wild. You were out riding POW today, were you?
Dude, it was so funny. So I wanted to say this earlier. We were riding POW, and we ducked this rope under one of the chairs at Sunshine. I'm not going to say which one, so people don't blow my spot up. But we weren't paying attention. We were taking the chair that we like to enjoy a little bit of the devil's lettuce on. So we're going up. We go down. We duck this rope, and we're riding the fence line, and it's incredible, knee deep. We get to the bottom, and there's a ski patroller standing right there. And we're just, me and Jimmy were both like, fuck, man, like we're busted.
Oh yeah.
We're just like, we know we were wrong. We did it anyways.
What did you do?
We ducked the fence and rode a closed area.
Oh,
And then right at the bottom, ski patrol was there waiting for us. And we're just like,
I'd be like ducking back through to the other side. Like,
No,
quick, Bill!
we knew we were busted. We're just like, sorry, like,
Sorry,
it
boys.
just
So what did they do? Take shit?
not at all. Not at all. The dude looked at us.
So
and
you just do it again then because they don't give a fuck.
the dude looked at us and he's just like, honestly, that was pretty sick. And then he just rode on.
That's awesome.
So more of the story, if you can rip it. No, just kidding.
No, yeah.
Please obey all signage. We probably were in the wrong way. But yeah, big shout out to that ski patroller that just let us off the hook. I had to mention it. If you're out there listening, thank you. We knew we were wrong. We did it anyways. Thank you.
Nice.
Well, you're doing better than this post because I guess there was an accident on Highway 1 eastbound Calgary right before Three Sisters.
What is this?
Oh my
40
God, yes.
What is this? The 401?
Oh yeah, I know people. It was like 5. Oh, it's been blocked since 5:45. They cleared it all by now, but
I saw this post this morning at about, I want to say 7:45 is when it was posted, I think. And it says, update, road is cleared. But, Highway 1 was closed. There was a jackknifed semi-truck. Closing
He
all
was trying
eastbound
to
lanes.
overtake a bunch of cars doing $140 in the 90.
I think they took the
on a
picture down.
corner.
Because on
Hollywood.
Bow
I saw.
Valley,
Yeah, I did see the picture there.
You're not supposed to take pictures if you're driving or something, but there was pictures, and it looked way worse in between Canmore and Calgary than it was in Banff or Canmore.
Oh man, it was like crazy. It was dumping hard last night. Even right before the podcast, it was like dumping hard out there.
It seemed like there was more east of here, like it came in from the northeast. It seemed, but crazy spring storm. Moving on.
Yeah, this one is a little more of just our shitty snow here in April. I guess it's not shitty. Everybody that was skiing loved it, but
It was sick.
Buddy here put a post up, said 7
Hip,
stages
hooray
of
for you. Basically.
Yeah.
These guys are not stoked. I'm pretty stoked.
But no, Buddy's post here was just like a picture of the highway and driving up, and he's like 7 stages of spring in the Rockies. And then this same individual directly below that commented, actually has 12 seasons, and the seasons are as follows: winter, fool's spring, second winter, spring of deception, third winter, the pollinating, you are here, actual spring, summer, hell's front porch, false fall, second summer, actual fall. And then,
Except there is no fall. It's just false fall, winter.
well, then someone commented right underneath of
Again.
that as well. Exactly.
I would agree with 12. 12
I feel like
seasons.
there's not enough winter in that. Still,
Yeah.
get rid
definitely.
of you are here and put winter,
I think you can
Yeah.
push back. You are here.
July,
back
snow
to
and
third
like
winter.
shredding
and then
in
get rid
July.
of summer and put winter.
I've ridden like 20, 30 centimeters
And
on
that's
May
probably
14th
it.
before. So we are potentially still have like at least a month of winter left. So
Thanks,
hold on
Dan.
to your
That's
hats.
awesome. Really excited for that.
I don't have to shovel in any of my jobs or
I tell you what, the sun better come in clutch here and do its job and get melting because, I'm over it.
Yeah, well, like even the snow today, it melted pretty quick. Like it was so wet out there though. I went walking. There's like lakes everywhere down here, like down on our street. Those lakes on the side of the road. Oh yeah, dude, you park your car in there, you might not get out.
It's I think dangerous for the pedestrians, man. If you're walking, you got to keep a swift look at what's going on because you don't want to get splashed going down the street.
Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, hopefully more winter ahead. Sorry guys, you suck. More snowboarding for us. Right on. I think that's is that all we got for today? We got any more posts left.
We got a bonus post. This one is an absolute banger, so we're just gonna let her go here. So this one is it's a little meme that says me getting ready for all the tourists in Banff this summer, and it's literally like a 5-year-old kid.
That's
playing-
Hasbulla. Shout out Hasbulla,
That's
bro.
Hasbulla,
Everyone
bro.
knows Hasbulla.
Hasbulla
What the
playing with
fuck?
a taser. So
Yeah,
he's
super
actually
wild.
like a 20-year-old man.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
crazy.
Everyone there's a video of him sitting. Who is it? It's Shaq. He's like sitting with Shaq,
yeah.
and Shaq's like, "Oh, who's the little guy?" And he's like, poking his belly and shit and sitting on his lap. I'm like, that's a grown ass man.
Yeah, dude, he's a grown man.
Like, what are you doing right now?
Big shout out to Hasbula. Big shout out to Ben Fitzroy Hutton, I think it is, the page we got this from. He posts these incredible scenic views with all these hilarious little captions on it. So if you can find him, he's been in town forever. Go and give him a shout out. We'll try. I might message him, try and get him on the pod. So keep an eye on that inbox if you're listening. Big thanks to Chase for coming in with us, talking a little bit of music, taking some time out of your day to be on today. So usually we sometimes see you in the background making a little food.
Yeah, I'm always like 10 meters away at all times.
He's always part of the podcast. He's just not been on it officially yet.
Yeah, he's been doing our hair and makeup for most of the episodes. So.
Yep, secretly.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't know about that. But
Dan gave him the title. Like, what was that? The first episode. He's like, "You can be our makeup guy." Chase is like, "Fuck that."
He's not down.
Oh yeah,
a little inside.
I wouldn't know what to do with a bag of makeup if it bit me in the ass.
Anyways, thanks a lot for coming and chatting with us today. Big shout out to All the Time Everywhere, the boys. We will have them on, Aaron and Chan. We will have more from Suspended Glaciers coming down the pipe. Keep your eye out for stuff from them. More shows coming up. Big shout out to Casey. Big shout out to everyone in the local music scene. Next week's guest, we got we're going to be taking a little bit of a turn. We got Jason Schumann coming in. He is a local manager of one of the dispensaries here in town.
Cool.
So we're going to be talking about cannabis. We're going to be talking about how it's changed post-legalization, pre-legalization. We're going to be diving into that and how it's changed over the years, because I think it's changed pretty significantly since I've moved to Banff.
What, the weed scene?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean... yeah, like we'll get into it, but I the one thing I always remember is that dispensary that opened up across under the Lux there. Before it was legal. And I was working at the liquor store one day and there was like 10, 12
typo, Maddie. Those are our stunt doubles.
Yeah. I can't type and stream at the same time. Sorry, Kev.
What's your restaurant there, Kev, called again? Because I like to eat.
He does like
now that I'm like doing the sober thing for the most part.
It's in the chat here somewhere.
Oh, I'm the same, man.
I'm like eating way more.
I do
that's like my thing.
Meals. Yeah, man. That's kind of what you do.
Like I'll come try it.
Yeah, big shout out to Big Kev. He is down at the local.
That's what it's called.
Yeah. So yeah, lots of good food, lots of good drinks coming out of there. Big shout out to Big Kev.
I'm not scared of shit. I'll get in the fucking golf and send it.
Oh yeah, this
full
boy
speed
can
ahead.
Chase can eat, boy. You don't even know.
So big shout out to Big Kev. Big shout out to Chase for coming on. Next week, dipping in once again to cannabis culture in Banff and how it's changed over the years. Every time I go into the shop and talk to Jason, he's always keen to talk about it. I can't wait to have him on.
The cat's not allowed in my guitar case because she gets hair in it.
She's just doing it on purpose.
But I'm gonna allow it for
Big
30 seconds
shout
here.
out to Larch making her daily appearance
always
on the stream. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Another great episode of the Overheard podcast recorded live here in Banff.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, everyone in the chat. It's been going off. Thanks again, Chase.
Just
like every week, we will see you next Tuesday.
Peace.